to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's go. Bitcoin booming to the upside. Massive gains in the trading room. Can you handle it? Crypto Lifers, let's go, baby. Drop it. I ain't get no rest. I ain't get no sleep. 'Cause I ain't no Sam. Gains. Ain't no rest.
I ain't get no rest 'cause I'm I ain't get no rest. I ain't getting no rest.
117K, man.
I ain't getting no rest 'cause I'm gon'
117,000 for Bitcoin, continuing this pump to the upside. I see liquidation right there on BOOKMAP, sitting pretty at about what? 117,650. Our next.
I ain't getting no rest.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're sitting in the BITUNIX Villa here in Singapore. They invited us in. It was a beautiful time. We're in a beautiful marble room here. Me and Jamie hanging out, getting the street done. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everyone on my team. 117,150 for Bitcoin. Let's go to the upside here. I gave the call. I remember at 109. I gave the flag too. I told you to watch that flag when we got above the moving average on the 1 hour time frame, and then the 4 hour, it absolutely exploded. Today was one of the biggest days ever. I made $8,000 trading Bitcoin, actually $9,000. I thought I closed my week's trade, but I made $3,800 on weeks, 119% in at 114,474, out at 116,674. Wow, I sold in the 7.4s, both in the 90s. That's weird. Look at this. I got in at 114,474 and 90 cents. I sold at 116,674 and 90 cents. Coincidence? I don't think so. Pretty crazy. Let's take a look at what that trade looks like, because I know you want to see it and show you what's happening. I see this flag now starting to break up to the upside, and we're starting to get another little flag here, and there could be some scalpelino going on, but we just took profits for Bitcoin at 116,674. Right as this kind of started to come down, I was raising my stop to see if I could stay in. They got me on that kind of move back down, but now it looks like this may continue to the upside. My measured move is about $117,328. We're going to do our top-down analysis. I'm going to show you all the awesome sauce. And then here, $5,000 on this trade too here alone. And you can check my Twitter post, however you want to look at it. But we broke it down for you in the Discord. Shout out to anyone that jumps into the Discord with the lifer. We love you, we appreciate you, and we care about you. We want to see you win every single day. The more people that win, the better off we are over time. Look, that was the flag right there that really just started to kind of slowly, and that flag ended up breaking out all the way from 116.6, or 116, no, that was like 116.2, all the way up to 117,200. That was a $1,000 move for Bitcoin right there, and I gave the flag there. Watch this flag now. I typo. I always typo. So sad. One day I won't, but probably not. So beautiful flag there, right? And then I remember I put this here. Look at that, $5,600 on Mexi. Imagine if you made an extra $5,000 today. And again, I knew what I was doing. I've been doing this for a long time. It doesn't happen overnight. I'm never trying to say you're going to get rich quick, and I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice, but I'm just saying, if you stick at something long enough and you go at it over and over again, the odds are you're going to gain an edge, and then you can use that edge to your advantage. In this trade I kept, and I actually thought I got out there, but I realized I'd sold at 3,800. So 38 plus 56, that's over $9,000. That's actually about, no, 38 plus 56, yeah, 9,100. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you for being here. And actually, no, 38 plus the 6 is 44. Plus that's 9,400, man. My bad. So what a beautiful day it was to be alive. And may God bless each and every one of you. So is there more coming? Let's do our top-down analysis, but I got BITUNIX open right here. And you know I love to scalp on BITUNIX, and I'm waiting to see what's happening here on the 1-minute time frame. A little bit of a top, but if we can get this to kind of consolidate nicely here and go somewhat sideways, there's a chance we have ourselves another flag further to the upside here for BITUNIX. And I already made $9,000, so I'm like, hey, do I go 300 for 900? Do I go 900 for 27? I mean, it doesn't really matter. All right, let's take a look. So the idea is we would be longing Bitcoin, right, all the way up to about 118,174. That's the key level that we're going to be watching for. And then down here, look, it just missed this key level here, right? Like it bounced right there, and there was a wick there. That's some support. Shows signs of life for Bitcoin, getting tighter and tighter inside of the zone here. And again, I mean, that's a bullish sign. Wow, it's getting really bullish. Look at that. Aggressively moving now a little bit towards the upside. So I'm watching Bitcoin closely, and to me, it looks like it go to 118,666. Like, I may be jumping into a long right now in front of you guys and gals, lifers and lifettes. Shout out to all my lifers. Shout out to anyone that met me today, hanging out at Token 2049. Shout out to all my beautiful people out there pushing themselves forward every single day and believing in themselves. This is it. This is the key. Come back down to the bottom of the channel one last time. Let me get $117,046. This is what I would like to see. And this is a live trade. I'm about to make a live trade here on BITUNIX and break down for you how I'm able to trade Bitcoin every single day. You know, some days aren't the best. There's low volume and low liquidity, and it just doesn't move. But some days are the best, and it moves absolutely amazing. It just all depends. And if you show up every single day, you know what? You'll catch the good days, and that's just how it is. You want to be a big pumper. You want to show your big gains. Well, you got to be consistent. If you're consistent one day, you'll hit the gain, and there you go. You'll nail it. So if you just keep showing up every single day, you push yourselves every single day, you don't stop, there's going to be some rewards there for sure. So look, we're going up to 118,166. This thing's gone. Like, oh man, I don't like buying the top there as it's starting to kind of make a moon, but it is starting to consolidate pretty tight. Wouldn't mind losing, let's see here. You got to be willing to lose a little bit, just a little bit over here. So there you go. I mean, 200 for 900. It ain't bad, right? We make an extra $1,000 on the day on top of what we already made. Bitcoin goes up 1,000. 234 for 1,012. I like it. I'm going to jump on in here on BITUNIX. And I might lose. I'm jumping in at the top of a candle. It's not the best. There's a chance I do lose this trade. You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. I'll move my take profit just a little bit there. So this is what we're watching. And be careful. There's a little bit of bearish dip, but we did get that spike in volume. So now that I showed my live trade, right? You do whatever makes you happy, but I showed a live trade. I just made it right now. Showed you my risk management system. Showed you how I did it. Show you how I drew it. Show you why I'm below all the beginning of the pattern on the stop loss. Not like right there. Not right there. Not hiding on the moving averages. I got the aggressive area there as it gets tight. And the tighter it gets, the more likely we're going to get a big move here to the upside for Bitcoin. And I can see this thing go parabolico, right? Parabolic over here. This thing could absolutely rip all the way up to about 118,123 for Bitcoin. So you heard it here first. We could see $118,000 Bitcoin sooner than later. Look at this liquidity that wasn't there just 10 minutes ago. And now this suggests that you are going to 117,600 on BOOKMAP. So BOOKMAP has us with, that same kind of idea. We're going to get this run up. And then they don't even really show you where the liquidity is. It's like almost kind of a bit mysterious. But right now we'll take what we have, and you can see 117,600 is the key level to watch for Bitcoin. So I like what I'm seeing on BOOKMAP. Been seamless lately, running really well. Even if it's not dark red or light yellow, you can still see like right there and right there. Two areas of liquidity we both, me and you, want to be focused on, all right? Back to 117,150 for Bitcoin. Are we in the green? We are. And can I be the king of 3%? I'm up 1.89%. I would like to be the king of 3%, please. And I'd ask for it. That means you got to do it right now. Yeah, you got to pump Bitcoin so I can make 3%. And then I can say, I'm the king of 3%. Look, I'm up over 3% now. Unbelievable. Look at that. Seriously, I'm banging on it to the upside. Look at that. We're up 4.6% now, up $72. This thing is starting to move. And that was a solid breakout to the upside. Does that mean it's going to continue to break out? Bearish div, right? But man, so far, so good for Bitcoin. Let's break down our top-down analysis. But yeah, man, look at that thing. Just absolutely mooning further to the upside after we saw this initial flag. And I said, man, this one even, I felt like had to pump me. Man, the double bottom there. See, and we did break up to the upside off the double bottom on that on a 15. On a 15, bro, on a 15. So let's take a look at our weekly and then do our top-down analysis this morning for me. So this is crazy. I hit the trades today because today is the morning. It's almost like I pulled an all-nighter, you see? I was selling at 5 in the morning. I was watching the market all day. It started to pump around 4:45, and then 5, it really started to take off. And then, as you know, the rest is history. We made massive gains. And then I even started using the New York Open and that session, right? And so it was just pure savagery. It was like I was up all night. Insanity here in Singapore. But blessings on blessings. Look, a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. Unbelievable. Completely negates the head and shoulder pattern by 100% now. Says, no way, this doesn't make sense. Boom. And said we needed a pump back to the top of the channel. Very, very important that we got it. And that is where we stand. So that's beautiful. So when I think about Bitcoin, I get excited. And a tickly feeling comes upon me. A couple things. Not the way everybody else is, but the way I look at it, it's like this. Over time, they're going to continue to print money to zero. It's just a fact, all right? And if you're not prepared for a 10-year cycle, in my humble opinion, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but it's what I'm planning and speculating on. 10 years from now, I firmly believe Bitcoin's going to be a great, great, great buy. So I accumulated in these key levels. Especially when the weekly is oversold near the bottom, and then that fear and greed index is sitting anywhere near, it went to 38. It's a pretty big deal, right? So the MACD says it's about to turn 2. The weekly looks absolutely beautiful. Previous resistance became support on the weekly, which really all that mattered. And this thing wants to moon. Now, I say we should be able to give that big of a measured move because no one knows how big their dog really will be over time. But there you have it, right? So the measured move, right? I'm messing with you about your dog. No one gets my jokes. Anyway, so can this get all the way up here to 165,500? That would be your massive target here of this entire leg. 165,000 of this flag. And we're oversold in the stochastics. Another thing I want to show you, and that I went over in depth yesterday, and I believe this morning too as well, hidden bullish divergence, right? That tells you you're likely to break this high before you break this low. And we may have another red candle down here to the bottom of the channel at 113,000. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but as long as this thing plays out and stays tight, there's a very high probability of a move to the upside here to about 166,406. Our trade struggling right now, back down a little bit, actually in the negs, in the negatives. That's a bearish div now. That could be the top. May even go right to there, because to me, they kind of just destroyed the pattern. There was a chance we were going to break out, but usually they do this. They do a fake out, breakout, and then they kind of start a bearish div, and they completely take you out. Keep the losses small and the wins big. We won $9,600 today, and then we might lose $84. Like, oh no, I'm so stressed out right now. I can't take it anymore. $143 is going to bury me. I'm not going to make it out alive. Yeah. Anyway, so 117,109. We're still holding this key level, and I like the weekly. I showed you the hidden bullish. I showed you the tightness, the 21-day moving average. All is going our way here for Bitcoin. We take a look at the 5-day chart. The 5-day chart getting oversold on the stochastics RSI. We have this swing down on the RSI while we have a swing up in price. Again, hidden bullish divergence. All right? Bullish divergence. And that hidden bullish divergence is on that 5-day chart, which is very substantial, extremely, extremely big. And then you get falling volume with that falling price. You've got a swing up on the MACD ready to take that move back to the upside and grab that liquidity. It's looking good looking, right? It's looking like it's good looking. So, I mean, you can almost say they faked the pattern a few times, but right now that's a breakout too as well. It's a W pattern that I'm seeing here for Bitcoin, and it looks like it's likely going to break to the upside. So when I look at this, and I study these all the time, and a double bottom's likely to head all the way up here to about, I don't know, 140,000. Somewhere between the $133,000 and the $140,000 region is the key level that I'm looking at here for Bitcoin, right? This is just that level that you really want to maintain, and that's just a beautiful W. It shows that I may be able to win this trade. I'm still in it. I'm still in it to win it, baby. Let's see. They could have done a fake out, breakout, and then just kept the trade alone. I've seen that many times, actually. Overlapping sessions. Now it kind of is a head and right shoulder, though. Again, I told you, you make a bunch of money, and then you scalp the last candle, if you may. Or you start shorting this. You could actually start building shorts here. Probably a pretty dang good idea, but it's just not my trading style at the present moment. Some days I short, but recently I haven't been doing it. I've just been waiting for my model to take advantage of the next big move. We're going to do our top-down analysis like we are. Have no fear. So the 5-day chart. Don't be surprised you get somewhere up to 136,000. Act like it was not written in stone here by this double bottom on the 3-day chart. 12 and the 22 back above the 200 moving average. Both of them. It's a very bullish sign. Put a stop loss anywhere here and watch your son become a man. All right? Bang. Exploded to the upside here. So Bitcoin, your little mini trade might just turn into a big boy one day, you know? So that move there, the 12-hour time frame, is very powerful. And I teach my students how powerful it is getting above the 200 moving average. The 8-hour, when one candle just barely got above it, we shot up so hard. Now look, we're still away from the 21-day moving average. It's a little stressy. You don't want to have that too much. So what we're looking for is, one or two things. A pullback would be cool, but a sideways flag would probably be even better. So you're looking for this 21 to curve back up, for price action to get very, very tight inside the zone, and for a big breakout. So I'm looking for the 4-hour. Looks like it may take 12 hours, 16 hours. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to take its time. But this looks like a big move is coming for Bitcoin on that 4-hour time frame. And again, what we're going to do is two things. We're going to take the move of the pre-Golden Cross of the 21, and we're also going to front run the Golden Cross that I believe should be happening somewhere around here. After a Golden Cross, if you're just, boom, it usually you end up somewhere here within a few months, right? So that's kind of the first thing that I see happening for Bitcoin on the radar. And I call this the twisted sister, right? We pinned this term, we made it up because I do have two sisters, and I understand my sisters well, and I get it, right? And I used to torment my sisters because I was a little brother, and it was what it was. I thought it was funny, right? So who else used to torment their sisters when they were a little brother? Not like horribly, but a little bit, you know what I mean? I know, so I've done it many, many times when I was a kid. I mean, it was funny. It was funny when they got all pissed. Anyway, talk about family on another time. But so I like this flag. It looks absolutely beautiful. Wait for the 21 to come in contact. Now, two things could happen. We could start our move further back down and hit here, and we can pull a little mini fib here and look for that 618 retracement into the local pocket, or we can just wait for sideways price action on that 4-hour, and we get something like this as we get very tight, and then a big, big move here for Bitcoin ensues. So I like what I'm seeing, And it's either going to take the move down or the move sideways. And nobody knows for sure, but we're going to watch it closely. All right, and there's another really good trade you have cooking there. If that ends up playing out pretty nicely to the sideways, that's going to be pretty big. All right, I'm still in the trade. There's a chance that this head and shoulder gets negated. We get tight, and we do get the breakout. This is all just a fake out. There was enough shorts in there to propel us further to the upside, and we end up getting the move. So, man, I'm still short. This thing looks absolutely, I'm still long. I'm not sure. I'm still in a long. How am I saying in a short? It's insane. I'm still in a long, as you can see right here. All right. After already taking 9,400 in profits, unbelievable day. So, wow. Yeah. And that's my long here on BITUNIX. If you want to sign up to BITUNIX, the link is right there. They're awesome. Look, they gave you a hat. They gave me like an actual beautiful big like backpack. Like this bag is really nice. It's like I feel like it's like I don't know. It's just awesome. They gave me pickleball paddles, right? A box of something I don't even know, and a water bottle, man. And they put it all in this giant BITUNIX bag too as well. Pretty nice if you ask me. And that helps out the brand. They give it to people at the events and the KOLs and people that they work with. It's just a little like thank you package, and you could also anyone could get it too if you come to the booth and you want some free stuff. Shout out to BITUNIX. Thank you so much for letting me stream in the villa today here in Singapore and being so supportive and very nice too. Of all the exchanges out there, BITUNIX has been very nice and supportive. I put them up to par with Weeks, with the nicest. Weeks all the way though. Weeks has gone all the way for me. You know what I mean? But BITUNIX has been very, very amazing. Definitely a runner-up in how they treat the lifer community and just me in general. So that's what I see happening for Bitcoin, all right? I see some sideways price action here on the 4-hour. Let's see if I'm wrong. Let's see if we're going to miss out on a smaller pump on a smaller time frame. The 1-hour actually looks like it could come up but still eventually choose to go sideways. So like it doesn't look amazing. And it could definitely take, it may not be as long of a consolidation. I've never been like one to say it has to be this long. I just want to see market structure play out into that idea, So this is what I'm watching for. I'm watching for Bitcoin to either make a move to the downside here or to the upside. Sideways. To the downside here or sideways. To me, it looks, I got sideways vibes. Sometimes I just get vibes of going sideways, but no guarantees. But right now, I would love to see it go sideways. If it does that, it tells us there's more to come here for Bitcoin. We take a look at the 15-minute time frame, which is there's 4 inside of the 1 hour, right? Unbelievable. And that's when I really started taking my trading to another level, when I started zooming into that 15. I started seeing things exactly for what they are and how I could take them for that move. Now, here's a bearish div on the 15-minute time frame. It's usually a time to get out of the market, right? It's usually, and I also see half a head and shoulder pattern, right? And that's kind of like a slanted Bart Simpson, and you could see price action really come all the way back down to 114,638. So this is something we definitely have to watch on the radar, right? It's not amazing. And we could just flip out. If we're bullish, we're going to flag out on the 15-minute time frame, and then we're going to continue to rip to the upside. So this is amazing. I like what I'm seeing. 118,858 makes sense too as well. I would watch this flag on the 15-minute time frame. There's a chance in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't know. About 75 minutes. Look, 5 times 15, 75. I did it fast. But then I was like, okay. Can you get very tight here and pump further to the upside? That's the question. That's what we're looking for. That gets us going there, right? And so what I do is now I want to know when that's going to happen. So I hit Alt-V, put a vertical line right there. And then what I do is I right-click this and slap an alert there on the vertical line. And basically, when price action crosses that vertical line, I'm going to get an alert. It's going to say, hey, ding, ding, ding. And I'm going to figure out what's happening there on the alert. So shout out to everybody here that traded with the bot. I can't wait to show you what the bot did. I was hanging out with the Minotaur group today at the booth. They were awesome, really supportive, and really awesome people too as well. You got to love the people over at Minotaur Trading, man. They're awesome. The Minotaur trading system and I love that thing. It just sits there and makes me money. Another passive income idea. There's so many different ways to earn income And that's a beautifully passive income idea that just plays out so nicely. So let's take a look at how the bot survived here, what it did, and how it made some gains. So the bot bought here at 115, then it bought here at 114, and then it bought there at 111, 728, right? I would buy the exact bottom on my channel. So I out traded the bot a little bit, but then it did dang good, selling the exact top, all orders right there. 3,000, 30,000, 50,000, and 22,500, right? Nice $72,000 trade. I think at about 3x leverage, about a $210,000 trade for the bot. And that thing's making massive gains. If you want to know how to trade my bot, I have a link in the description. Hit that link. It'll schedule for a free call. And when you go on that free call, they're going to be able to teach you how to set up the bot, all the different parameters, how aggressive, how less aggressive, and all the awesome questions that you're likely going to ask about algorithmic bot trading. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look, we saw this. We called it boom, boom, boom. And then we called it again. Shoulder, head, shoulder, boom, boom. That's just fascinating times to be alive for sure for Bitcoin here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we nail it. So today, let's kind of go over what happened today. I did the monthly candle close last night at 8 p.m. I was able to kind of give you some key insight into Bitcoin of where it was likely going to go and what we needed to watch. We needed to watch the 4-hour 200 moving average. Agreed? I then opened up the trade at 1:45 in the morning, my time, which was 1:45 in the afternoon for you. So I gave you the trade, right? Then I came back in at about 5:30 and I sold the trade in front of you guys. 5:30 my time, so it would have been like 5:45 your time, right? So we started pumping. I'm just trying to figure this out. I did the candle close at your 8 a.m. It was my 8 a.m. It was your 8 p.m. Yeah, and then then it was 5 a.m. when I sold. And so I gave you the call at 1 in the morning, at 5 in the morning. I gave you the call at 1 in the afternoon, and at 5 in the morning is when it was time to sell. That's how it worked out. I can't tell. And actually, still now, it's still pumping. So you're still in the money if you took the trade that I gave you here for Bitcoin. And then we made money on Mexi and Weeks, and I just like to recap it so you know I'm not I mean, I'm so transparent. I got to show my gains. So, and then the bot bought here, and here, and just got itself out beautifully well and took advantage of this market. I'm really excited to see what the bot can do. Did they wick me? I feel like they wicked me. I feel like there was a wick there, and they got me on a wick. And now they're going to pump the price. I'm almost like, no, they didn't wick me. Oh my God, I didn't get wicked out right there. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I was so close to getting taken out of this trade. Look at that. They went to 117.2. I was at 116.970. Can Sammy stay alive here and get it all the way to the upside? That didn't sound right. Shout out to everybody here, but can Sammy keep it pushing? Still doesn't sound. Can Sammy bang it all the way to the upside? It's still horrible. I mean, it's looking kind of shouldery, head and right shouldery. Let's be honest here. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder to the downside for Bitcoin. All the way hailing from Boston, Massachusetts, the crypto liver. So I like it. I'm going to stay strong because you never know. There's a lot of bullishness in the air today, but to me, it is violating. I would watch the 50-minute time frame. This makes the most sense, but does this continue to pump out of nowhere? It can. No guarantees, though. It looks kind of more like a head and shoulder. I'll have to be honest. The 1 minute does look a little more like a bullish pattern. Like that, and then you would expect that to break out further to the upside. You see? But I don't know, man. I also see kind of shoulder. I get mixed signals here. Like before, I had no mixed signals. We are low. I saw the area near the 200 moving average. It was time to nail it. See, see how we got the 21 coming up? It's like it's going to have to come touch price action somewhere around there. Then you have the golden cross, the front run of the golden cross too as well. So it's kind of like really reset here for one more. So wow, 117,300. We're getting the pump. This is crazy. It just broke out, everybody. It could also be a right shoulder. We got to see if we can take out this high here on the left side. I'm looking for this high to get taken out. We get this pump. Sammy's in the green again with 3 white soldiers. And 1 red, 1 in the middle. 3 white soldiers there. Wow, nice pump for Bitcoin, up 5.78% here on the move. And you're going to look for that target at about 117,350 for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. What is BOOKMAP? It's a heat map order book. It's showing us where the money is in cryptocurrency and what's happening. And there's a massive order above us here at 119,070. That just appeared. It wasn't even there 10 minutes ago. So that's telling me that there's a bunch of shorts who thought it was really smart to short the market right now. They think they're so smart, and they're like, "Oh, that's a great place to short." I believe they're going to be Dinty more beef stew in a little while. Hey, yeah, I still shoulder head. I see the head and shoulder vibe right now, but you never know. Let's see. We also did break out of the trend line. There's a couple, they're battling each other. They're critical on each other. I don't know the word for it, but I should know. Drawing a blank. Maybe it's all the jet lag. Like right now, it's 10:30 in the morning, right? For you, but it's 10:30 at night for me. I've been going all day long. I've been trading all day. I've been at the conference, talking to people, running around, sweating out my suits ridiculously. And now we're live trading for you. Like, we don't stop for you. 7 days a week to teach you the sauce. I've learned the sauce already. I understand this. I know what to do. But I can teach you how to do it too. Isn't that pretty cool? Teaching people things is really fun, I love it. Look at that, 6.25% on BITUNIX. And shout out to the whole BITUNIX team. BITUNIX in the house, all the way. So, I see this as a W. I see this as supportive resistance that we held pretty nicely. And then our next resistance, I just don't see how we don't break through this and pump. Bitcoin's going parabolic now, out the little rising wedge, right? It's like it doesn't want to stop here. Something is going crazy. Bitcoin, they're going crazy for Bitcoin here. Could almost be making a broadening falling wedge, and that could be the next bigger move to the upside. Actually, I'm going to do something even crazier here. Look at this. That's the trend line. And we kind of played with it, and then we took off. Bang. Like you broke out, you retested, you broke out again. Safest place to get in, where most people think it is a pretty dang good price action. So we're watching the smaller time frames because that's the time frames we have to watch to get the sauce, right? You got to know how to get the sauce off the market. And if you live in fear and you don't push yourselves and you're never curious about anything that you already don't know, I can't help you, right? You got to have curiosity to keep yourself moving in this world. And I know they said curiosity, with the cat and all that, but that's just not true. It was the cat's fault. I mean, the cat did what it did, right? So, I don't know. There's some bearish div here. That is definitely swinging down on the R side. That is swinging up. So it tells me to be careful for BTC. And we could consolidate like this sideways into another bit of a flag here. Get extremely tight, and then decide to start to get that pump back to about 119,800. Also close to the all-time high now. I mean, 117,000 is very close to the all-time high. That key area is absolutely insane. And then you can see this key resistance here too at 117,350 for Bitcoin. Okay. Here's a key level there, 119,800. That would be your target if this starts to play out. Look for it to come down and start to consolidate. It's not up only. It's going to have to come down and consolidate a little bit on that bearish diff. There is some slight bearish divergence there that could affect the price action. And you got to pay attention to that a little bit there. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. 1,616 beautiful souls. Let's get the likes up to the watches, everybody. We're here in Singapore, man. I made 15 grand in 2 days. I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to tell you that you can travel the world. You can make gains. And it seems like every time I travel, I make massive gains. Shout out to Astro Wave. I just want to, I got to come up with like a funny name for you that just to make you laugh. But man, 1,000 gains, $1,000 for one of my students, one of the biggest gains I've ever seen them make in my life from when they first started. So I'm seeing some real big returns for people that are just, putting in that work and getting disciplined about what they do. And if you keep it up, you keep pushing, you're going to find yourself an amazing place. Shout out to the people. Keep hitting that like button, everybody. There's no reason why. Listen, when you hit the like button, it forces more people to know about cryptocurrency because it sends the algorithm through the internet and people are out there. Like they won't click on a soccer video. They won't click on a baby video. They'll click on a crypto video. You hold cryptocurrency. It's in your benefit for other people to know about crypto. If you hit the like button, it's your selfish act. It helps your wallet as much as it helps my wallet. If you hit the like button, it's beautiful for you. It's not even about me and the like button. So if you don't hit the like button, you don't love yourself. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about the movement of crypto. And you don't see the high frequency behavior that's going to attenuate. You just can't make that connection. If you can't make that connection too, I don't understand. I don't know. I just don't know if we can become lifers forever. So I got to get you to hit that like button. I got to get you to find a way to raise your vibration, raise your frequency. If you're on the phone, flip the phone sideways for a second. Right, or flip the phone vertical for a second. It flips up, hit that like button, get it in, all right? Do what you got to do for yourself to feel good. And I'm a mom and pop shop of a small business. When you hit that like button, you're just helping a small business, my 3 kids and my wife. Like, I'm not asking for a lot here. I'm just telling you how it is, all right? And I did see the like button come up. About 100 people drank, my spiel there. And it makes sense, man. Think about it. You hit that like button, it propels more people to know about cryptocurrency, and it helps the overall state of crypto on a mass scale. So if you're willing to change the world, it's all about your one little part at a time. And if you add a little part at a time, you're going to be okay. I have to be honest, this looks like it's going to flag out, possibly head all the way to 119,842. There could be some bigger gains here that wow. And look, this flag I just gave you, this thing just played out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then we watched the live trade here. And $3,800, man, that's awesome. Like, you can't beat that. 24, there's three wins in a row. Dang, man. And I don't win every trade. There's definitely losses in my P&L, but they're tiny compared to my wins. They're very small. I don't play games. I don't overextend. I don't do things I shouldn't do. I've learned my lesson over time. I can trade pretty high leverage, though. I'll tell you that, and come out okay. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. So yesterday I made $7,000. So last night when I made the trade, I risked $7,000 for $30,000. Do you see what I mean? Because I was like, you know what? They get me, then I break even. But it looks very likely like they're not going to get me. It looks very likely that the price is going to continue further to the upside. That looks like an M pattern now. You see it? And what I do is I speculate on the small time frames until we get, like that. That could be an M, or we could bounce and go sideways. I don't know what they're going to do. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no clue. This is chess playing. If you knew what was going to happen, then you knew what the market makers, all these people that are in the market are going to do, but you don't. You don't even know who's in the market. Tomorrow, a new group of people are going to be in the market. Someone got liquidated today that's not going to trade tomorrow. More than likely, they're going to go for a walk and ask themselves why. And then there's somebody who's going to trade tomorrow that didn't trade today, just for whatever reason. They got busy, things didn't work out, they didn't get a chance to trade, but tomorrow they will. And so what I mean by this is you never know who's going to be trading. Mark Douglas explained this to me, because what people do is they'll lose a few trades and then they'll be convinced that they're going to continue to lose trades. But it won't make sense because you're asking, where's the statistical analysis there? And you're saying, well, what's that based off of? So what happens, he's saying rookies believe they're going to lose before they even start trading off false rumors that don't make sense. And if they could get out of that thought and that process and that mentality, they could definitely change their lives, right? Like, even for me, there was a time in my life where I was like, oh, middle class, like, this high-end life is just never for me. It's going to be for people reserved for richer people than me, And when I said, man, that's ridiculous. Where did I get this thought process? Like, where did I start this mental brainwash of, like, how great it could be, right? We should all push for greatness. We should all believe that anything is possible in our realm of existence and just keep welcoming in abundance every single time. Bring me the abundance. Bring me the abundance. Bring me the abundance. I will accept abundance. I'm ready to accept it. Let it come full hard into my life in ways I've never thought possible. Shout out to the 1,623 people here on the live. 570 likes, $26.96 in chat revenue. So, I mean, that's starting to make a bit of an ascending triangle too as well. The same idea that we kind of started to look at earlier. And again, like you and me both been through a lot, so we could probably just, I could jump into a convenience store and trade if I had to while I was looking for Twinkies, That looks like it's an M pattern. That kind of has like delayed Adam and Eve vibes. And it definitely looks like we're going to get possibly taken out here. Dang. And they snipe me. So I'm done for the night. I'm not likely going to trade now. There's a chance I could have got an awesome trade with you guys. It would have been awesome. Got taken out for $111 here on BITUNIX. It's fun to get taken out. It's fun to trade a style and find out it didn't play out. I mean, what else are you going to do with your day? As long as you're trading a style. And what is it right now? It's Wednesday at 10:45 in the morning. So this is so you guys woke up to a pump at 5 in the morning, right? So it started, I'm just trying to it actually started pumping when I gave you the trade. But look at that W too. Look at that beautiful W to the upside. Unbelievable. October 1st too. October, the best month in crypto, and we get Pumptober, the beginning of Pumptober. Like we start pumping hard. Looks like an M pattern that could struggle. Let's go back to my bigger picture idea here. Yeah, you look for the 15-minute to make a flag. If that gets out of hand, we look for the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Those are good, like the time frames I'm really going to be focused on for the next few days. And then you have this previous resistance, which is support there at about 116,850. And so, yeah, I like the 4 hour too as well. I'd be paying attention to the 4 hour with a flag that's a lot bigger. But what we're doing is just we're going to keep in touch, see what happens here, and watch. The 15-minute to me is like the most reliable time frame sometimes. So I look for this to get sideways and not take a nasty dump back to the 200 moving average. Look at this. I just saw this for the first time, but what if you made, that could happen too as well. You could be somewhere down there at $115,000 BTC. Let me take a look at the liquidity change any moment from now. And what we're starting to see now, really, it's that 117,500 level that we're really focused on. All right? That's going to be the key. Okay, there we go. 117,000 Bitcoin back in that place. Yeah, to me, that M's going to take you down. And I scalp at the end of a big run just to see what happens. I'm not sure. You should, if you jumped all in and got flattened right there, it's all, you can't blame anyone but yourself. Like, if you don't have proper risk management, again, you can't blame anybody but yourself. 100%. All right? Always focus on your trading style and what you could do to benefit. So the trading bot made massive gains. I made massive gains. Like, everything just kind of went our way. Pretty excited to see where this can go in the next few weeks, man. Bitcoin starting to do the damage. Shout out to Weeks. Shout out to MEXC. Shout out to BITUNIX and everybody out here that's jamming with us at Token 2049. I will tell you, there's some bullishness in the air. There's some extreme bullishness in the air. I don't want to chase because, I'm not into, chasing. See, the weird thing is it feels like the night, but it's not. It actually is a pretty dang good time to trade. It's Wednesday morning. There is a chance that this plays out here to the upside. I'm not taking this trade. I want to make that very clear. At the present moment, I'm not taking this trade. I'm just going to watch closely. But I hope you made gains in the last few days. Shout out to you if you did. Blessings on blessings, and may you continue to do so as this world continues to reward the abundant mindset. If you have an abundant mindset, you will be rewarded with that mindset. It'll just call it into fruition. It's very interesting, but you got to make it happen. You got to believe in yourself. You got to want it. You got to push every single time. All right. 107,190. So they snipe me, bring it back up, make a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here before they rip it to the upside for BTC. Very interesting. And send in those super chats for TA Deep Dive. I need to know about every single coin in the game, and I can't do it without each and every one of your eyes watching that market together. We stalk that market together, everybody. We stalk it amazingly well. So I'm going to look at what's hot this morning. 24/7. So we have Zcash, which is a fork of Bitcoin, if I'm correct. And that's actually starting to move. We have Pump.Von. SPX is back above $1. It's interesting. Pudgy Penguins back at 3. Solana 27. Jupiter at 45. Say back at 29. Not too bad. Up 8% in 24 hours. Nice little pump to the upside. And I was going to say, the spot bet probably must have made a huge move overnight too as well. So it might have been a $30,000 a day with unrealized spot gains on top, right? Just kind of seeing us get that bounce. But interesting. Doesn't like show it like it does when I'm home. It's so weird. But we are on the grind to the upside. I like what we're seeing, and there's a lot of action in these altcoins. Look, 7% down the line in the last 24 hours, 5%, 7%, 10%. Stellar. I put my whole stimulus check into Stellar Lumens. It's still in it. Isn't that great? I beat inflation with that. That check would never be near the price, and now it's more than it was. So I put my stimulus check when I got it, right? That $2,000 stymie check. I put it right in to cryptocurrency. Can you believe they gave us free money? And you know, I was warned by all the people that told me our economy would collapse. He's like, it'll collapse when they start giving you free money. He said, that's when you know you should run out, right? And lo and behold, they're spot on, right? OKB Kronos. And I just got to clear my throat too as well. BNB just on an absolute tear. XRP looking nice to me too. I got a call for that in the trading group. Cake, once it breaks that $3 region, I see it doing some serious damage over time. Aster, right? Aster. $1.61. I wouldn't be surprised if that finds some type of bottom. Let's take a look at Aster and Advantage, just because I know a lot of people are kind of in between on them and they're not sure exactly what to do. I'm looking for this 50-minute to make a flag, and then we could pump again. Besides that, I should just leave it completely alone and go from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Even though I have all these like, I want to jump on it again. Look for this to consolidate, and then we could possibly get back in for Bitcoin. Okay, so that's like the main thing that I'm watching. Now I want to take you through a bit of a deep dive here. All right. There's something we definitely have to pay attention to, and that's going to be Bitcoin dominance right now. Why? Well, if Bitcoin goes on a huge tear in the next few days, you're going to see that Bitcoin dominance is going to be leaning for that pump. It's going to be kind of telling you that move is on the way. So let's take a look at our weekly. Let's break it down and kind of zoom in here to see what's happening. So right off the bat, you see how I see it could possibly be a head and shoulder pattern? Just right off the bat. I don't want to cause omens or, you know what I mean? I've just got to be honest with what I see. And I see a shoulder, I see a head, I see a right shoulder that could be forming there. Maybe it's just a half a head and shoulder and never does anything, but it's just something to think about, okay? Something to keep on the radar. Then you have this huge resistance here at about 65.82, and you found some support at 97. Let's take a look at our daily time frame. So you can see it's clearly been in a massive uptrend for a long time, right? Ever since it really started to turn the corner here in November of 2022. So Bitcoin dominance has been absolutely blasting to the upside for a long time, really, over time. I mean, that's what it's supposed to over time. And some people speculate over the ups and downs. They didn't get enough, or you know. But in the long run, I mean, it is what it is. Look, there's hidden bullish divergence here, and it's very strong. You got a sharp swing up. If I pull the Fibonacci, it gives me the golden pocket right there. And then I can see also, look at this. This is crazy to me, but I see something that's just mind-boggling. But I see an Adam and Eve inside the RSI. Look at that. So crazy, right? So this looks interesting. But far below that 200 moving average, right? Just got back above the 200 on the 4-hour time frame. Wow. And so the market cap for Bitcoin dominance, I see about to move. Now, it does one of two things. Bitcoin dumps really hard. People get scared, and they sell out of altcoins and out of Bitcoin. I mean, you know, yeah, too. But they mainly sell out of altcoins and into Tether, but they also sell into Bitcoin. So what happens is Bitcoin dominance rises, as well as altcoin, as well as Tether dominance. Like they both rise together because people are scared and they're getting out. Now, in a bull run, Bitcoin dominance is rising, but Tether is dumping. Tether dominance is dumping. Yeah, look at this, a $26,000 day. And that's not on top of the $15K in 2 days. So a $51,000 trip to Singapore, right? And I've only been here for a couple days. What a trip it was, though. Getting here was like almost like insane. It was the longest trip of my life. Two flights, one of 16 hours, or 13:55, and one of 18, one at 7.5. But still, man, 20 hours in total. And by the end of that flight, I'll have been in a plane for 90 hours this year in total. I find that mind-boggling. I'm sure there's people that have beat me. They have to fly every week and go all over the place. But man, imagine $90 over here. No. So 61.4% for Bitcoin dominance. And that looks like it's going to come up with a vengeance. And when that happens, it's Bitcoin's turn, baby. And you're going to get a massive rip in Bitcoin dominance. I want to take a look at Sol BTC there, because when you look at Bitcoin dominance, you want to start juxtaposing your strong altcoins. And you want to see if they're showing signs of strength or weakness against Bitcoin. If they're showing weakness, it kind of makes sense, because that means that Bitcoin is so strong, so big, so mighty, that it's not going to take any BS from any, flimsy KOL. So it's going to do what it's got to do no matter what. All right. You see here, you got this previous resistance. You also have it here. Nice bounce off the bottom levels too as well. And then you kind of did a double bottom and went somewhat sideways. I still see this over time eventually overtaking Bitcoin, Sol BTC. And it is in an uptrend, and it's, definitely more people know about Solana and all the different things it can do by now than previously stated when we first started kind of going over this idea. But so Sol BTC looks good to me. It is getting tight. I see kind of a cup and handle type of vibe going on here, but it's not amazing. And I see someone says it was a behead. I don't want to say, it was something you don't want to say. But shoulder, head, right shoulder, could that go further to the downside? It could. It would make more sense, like tap the bottom here, then come back up, then consolidate and get ready. Especially against how that's performing.